Okay. If you're thinking that getting old is tough, I'm agreeing with you. Thank you for hanging out. This is In Other News, and I'm your host, Mike Russell. Appreciate you hanging out. There is a bit of a issue with something I have going on. So this weekend, I am grabbing my caddy, intern Nuge, and we are going to be in the Barbecue Mission first annual golf tournament. And thank God it's best ball. Thank God it's a scramble. But what I've learned is that in my old age, and I'm being sincere, me turning 50 years old, and I've been playing golf since I was 7. I just haven't touched a club in probably 5 years, 6 years, until Nuge said, okay, he wants to start playing golf. So I was like, okay, I went out there and swung a few, about slipped a disc. The bod doesn't exactly twist the way it used to, not as bendy as it used to be. And now I'm not kidding. And if you could look into my my living room, I'm taking about 100 practice swings a day with a 7-iron just to get my body loose again. Those muscles, got to get those things loose again. It's a challenge. I am old. The things don't move the way they used to. And so instead of getting out there with a bunch of people that I like, admire, and just overall just great guys, instead of being a laughing stock and not even being able to take a full swing off the first tee, holy mackerel, I got to do it all on my own. I got to get these things going. Hey, listen, how's that inflation thing going? Can we take a serious talk about inflation? I have to explain sometimes to my liberal pals that are, only a few prices on certain things are down, not prices everywhere, like Donald Trump promised in his first day. Gene, I don't want to. I don't want to wait 30 years. I don't know if I want to get to Ojo. Are you 80 or not 80? No way you're 80. But I had to explain to them that to get prices to come down, you have to stop inflation. Inflation was at 20%. Inflation prices were increasing at 20%. We are 20% poorer than we were 4 years ago. So that has to come down to 19, has to come down to 18, has to come down to 17, has to come down to 15. All the while, when it's coming down, prices are still going up because there's still inflation, over 10% inflation. You look at day over 60, Gene. So the thing with the inflation has to be brought down to zero first, and then prices stop increasing. Okay? And even if it goes to zero and stays at zero, guess what? Prices are going to stay the same. Yeah. This isn't transitory. These are baked in now. These prices are what these prices are, and they're going to be that way. But when everybody thumbing their nose, Donald Trump's starting a trade war. Inflation's going to go through the roof. Really? Huh. This new data out today shows that we are damn near where we were when homie left office. He's got it back. And what we've seen is, and when he's over in Saudi Arabia and Qatar today, in the next few days in the Middle East, he is quite literally securing billions of dollars in investment for our country. Yeah. I'm telling you, I absolutely, I'm sorry, I'm not absolutely. It's so easy for me to show someone this and just say, now, do you get it? So for all this time, it's down now. The core CPI and CPI are down, and we want to keep them there, but prices still will increase a little, but they're not coming down. Price of eggs came down. The reason why the price of eggs came down is because thank God, the Trump administration stopped a chicken genocide that we watched. 100 million egg-laying chickens were killed because of the fear of the avian flu. And it wasn't because of fear of the avian flu. It was to drive prices of eggs up. It was to lower demand for animal proteins. And it was a sick and twisted game they were playing, period. You're not going to prove me wrong in that. You will not prove me wrong in that. Hey, you know what magically stopped happening? When Trump was elected, these cows stopped just dropping dead in farms. What else stopped happening? Oh, yeah, all these processing plants, they're not on fire anymore. Amazing. It's all nefarious 100%. You can't just, you won't talk me off that. You will not talk me off that ledge. You look at the charts. Just look at the charts. But I thought we'd start with some good news. Inflation down to damn near zero, where it's heading, and that's exciting. That's good for the country. That's good for you. It's good for me. And maybe we'll see a little bit of light at the tunnel, and that light at the tunnel is not an oncoming train. Speaking of a train wreck, yesterday I brought up the Theo Vaughn and Mark Zuckerberg podcast. Now, I'm not here to poke fun at Mark Zuckerberg, because Mark Zuckerberg he seems to be getting it. He seems to be self-deprecating. He's wearing the Meta glasses, which are the creepiest looking things ever. They look like Vector from Despicable Me. And there's a, I don't know. Let's just play a couple clips. I want to see what you. Theo Vaughn is struggling here. I've interviewed people like this. It's tough, but Theo Vaughn's doing what he can.
This is my last question, because I know you have to go. So I feel like Elon Musk has he wants to get on Mars, and he wants to impregnate different planets or whatever, or whatever he's doing, dude.
He wants to impregnate more women than yes, I know.
Just blasting his seed out into the different rockets, whatever. He's just out there, he's like the Johnny Apple solar system, but
God bless.
No, God bless 100%, dude. And yeah, 100%. And I'm just joking.
No, dude, just ask the question. This is part with Theo Vaughn really. I mean, dude just crushing it. He's a hard worker. Dude's just doing his thing. But I'm like, just ask. Okay, listen, his thing is saving government money, launching rockets into space, and making everything solar. What is Mark Zuckerberg's billionaire strategy to save humanity? That's what you know that,
but
it's easy breathing.
I just think it's interesting. You get what his ideas are. He wants to we want to be on Mars.
Fast forward.
We don't exactly know where we're going because it's the future.
Yeah.
But you're kind of one of the guys driving the bus, or at least riding shotgun. So it's where are we going?
I mean, I think different people just care about different parts of.
Are you guys catching the Vector vibe from the bad guy from Despicable Me, the guy in the orange jumpsuit? Are you catching that at all with these Meta glasses? No.
Of the future, right? So the space thing, I think it's cool. I'm glad that people are working on it. It's never really been my main thing. For me, it's kind of been about the intersection of how do you build technology that helps people connect with each other and understand the world better, and just taking different formats over time, right? So when we got started, people, were mostly writing text. Then we got smartphones, and we got cameras with the smartphones. We started taking a lot of photos and sharing that, and now most of what we do is video.
Basically, I want to harness your eyeballs.
Are good enough that you can share great video. It used to be
great.
Yeah, 10 years ago, you try watching a video, it's buffering. It's okay, this is terrible. But now it's good. People always want to both kind of express their ideas.
Okay, I can't with this guy. I can't. You ready for this? Are you catching this image at all? Are you guys seeing this here? This image file? What the heck happened there? Oh, well, I guess I can't share the image. Anyway, definitely Vector-esque. Let's get into something.
Take a phone.
Dang it, Michael.
And the other person on the other side can't even hear that you're on a plane. It's just you can be in a wind tunnel, and it's just whatever. It's the sound quality is amazing. But then the main thing is they're AI glasses. So you can glasses, I think, are the perfect form factor.
Creepy
for
factor jumping to 10.
If you want to have an AI that you let see what you see,
no, I
hear
don't.
What you hear.
I don't.
It can talk to you. You can talk to it throughout the day. And glasses if you want to have something that has the same context of the world that you do. But the other piece of this is that you're going to get the ability to kind of put holograms in the world, right? So
why?
Our experience with technology today is, I don't know, it's kind of funny in a way how it's divided, where it's we have the physical world all around us. And then if you want to interact with something digital, you need to put a screen up, right? So maybe it's this, you have your small glowing rectangle, your phone with you, you have your screen if you want to project something.
Yeah, your computer.
But
thanks, Steve.
I think in the not too distant future,
color commentary,
this should be blended
really
together, right? You'll have the physical world, but all this digital stuff should just basically be holograms.
Yeah, see, this is where we get to Ready Player One. Do you guys remember Ready Player One? Ready Player One was is just I think it's probably Spielberg's best movie, and I think he called it because everything is going towards. Wait, did Spielberg do Minority Report? Because if he did Minority Report and he did Ready Player One, that's where we're going. That's where we're going. Yeah. See, and that's the thing. That's what gets us arrested, Michael. That's what gets good people like you and I arrested. Because we're sitting there going, die. We're trying to shoot the dog. Die, dog. And then we get arrested because we have our glasses on and no one can see what the hell we're doing. People start freaking out. Oh, I'm telling you. So James, you're right there too as well. It's we're going into this mental, emotional wasteland of you can tell your glasses to give you any. Yeah, okay, we'll talk about the rose-colored glasses, right? You can tell your glasses make the world as happy as you can possibly be. Only share happy stories with me. I want holograms. I want all this stuff. Dude, no, damn it. It's almost like let me off this thing. I don't want to be on this ride. I'll just find an island somewhere. Maybe Zuckerberg will sell me his island. All right, let's continue.
I mean, have you ever felt socially awkward over your years?
No, I'm really smooth.
Okay.
No.
See, guys, the guy was kind of relatable, especially in that. Check it out. This was actually relatable.
Have you ever felt socially awkward over your years?
No, I'm really smooth.
Okay.
No, obviously. Yes. Yeah, I'm like the most awkward person. People have been calling me a robot online for
you look and act
20
like
years.
Yeah.
It does wonders for my confidence.
No,
he gets to his own platform and it says, "Are you a robot?" And he just freezes up. It's like, damn it.
Your confidence cannot be impaled, I don't think. That's one thing you have that's probably a sheer North Star inside of you. It's got to be.
Well,
I'm sure
guess.
you might have become bulletproof. I think there's times where, yeah, you seem like a guy who probably like watched a video of how to be a guy on YouTube or something, you know.
Yes,
but
and
I
that's
think
why he changed his whole look.
We all go through we're all like awkward in different ways. You know, you put you in certain environments and you're not at all. But I think it's interesting that there's
found those environments yet, but maybe it's
dude, even being here today, bro, is nice.
Yeah, brother, dab it up, man. Look at me. Oh God, let's just finish this up. I just thought.
Do you really?
Uncomfortable thing ever.
Yeah.
You
guys watch this.
Do you have an underground tunnel?
Do you really?
Yeah.
In USA?
I have this ranch in Kauai. Yeah. Where there's this whole thing where people were like, there's this whole meme about how people were saying I built this like bunker underground. It's like more of underground storage situation. But yeah, no, it's
no storage. He's storing down there. Let's be honest. Come on. He said underground storage. Yeah, for all of your data. Underground storage for everything you've ever done and shared on anything Meta. Swear to you that it's just storage. It's just storage. James, are you asking who is that guy? That's Mark Zuckerberg, the founder. Well, the guy that stole Facebook. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Facebook. No, Matt. I didn't mean it. Was just a joke. I was just joking. I was playing. Mark's a good dude. Mark's a good dude. Yeah, storing his clones. Yeah, I would definitely remember that one. Yeah, so here.
It's
Oh, wow. Zucky got that bunky. What's under the ground? Just more water, right?
It's basically what you just said. It's sort of a tunnel that just goes to
building.
Another what?
Yeah.
Suck?
But it's
a good place to hide a little bit of dope, though. That's what I would say, dude. Those are the good. That's what I would do anyway. But
you and I differ there.
How big is that tunnel? Is your tunnel pretty big, or what's it like?
It's not
the size of your tunnel. I mean, come on. I mean, it's what you do with your. Never mind.
That big of a tunnel. Yeah. It's I made I put a reel on Instagram one day of.
I'm sorry. The interview was Theo Vaughn, actor, comedian, just a dude who's just hustled and become one of the biggest podcasters there is. So that's what his name is, Theo Vaughn, James.
Of Priscilla kind of making fun of me playing video games with some friends down there, but it's Did
you see that movie theater in his bunker?
You and I differ there.
How big is that tunnel? Is your tunnel pretty big, or what's it like?
It's not that big of a tunnel. It's I made I put a reel on Instagram one day of Priscilla kind of making fun of me playing video games with some friends down there.
That's a full-size movie theater. Dan Harkins just called and said, yeah, we need to make this look like Zuck's bunker where he just stores things. He just said it's underground storage and not a bunker, and he's got a full, gotta be, I mean, count those up. 40-seat theater, maybe? Oh yeah, it's just for storage.
But it's
just for storage.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, don't ask me any more of these trivial questions.
What is it like out there?
I mean, I think that we're going to get general intelligence. We're going to have systems that are smarter than any individual, and I think it's mostly going to be very empowering for people. First of all, look, I mean, there are already systems that are smarter than any one individual today, right? If you take a company, right, it's like, okay, you got like 1,000.
Well, hold on. So who was asking, I think it was asking Bill Gates. Yeah. I think someone asking an interviewer asking Bill Gates, so basically, are we just not going to need people anymore? And he goes, we're not going to need all of them.
1,000 people or 10,000 people who are all kind of like working towards, ostensibly working towards a goal together. Like if the intelligence of a 10,000 person company is not greater than the intelligence of a single person, then like, what are we doing here? Right. So there are already these systems in the world that have this sort of super intelligence that is far exceeds what any one person can do.
Now that explains it away. And that's what I'm not comfortable with. Side of his bunker. I'm sorry, his storage room. I'm not comfortable with him explaining this away so easily. Having programs and AI that can outthink any human, is smarter than any human. I mean, we have it. It's there. It's just getting bigger and more powerful by the day. And to explain that away by saying, it's just like any, it's any company that has 10,000 employees. The whole of education and intelligence of those 10,000 people should exceed one person, or what are we doing? Kind of get it. Understand what he's saying, but that's not what we're asking. What you're answering is not the question that we are asking. Why won't people ask, and not in a comedic kind of way, how long until AI takes over and completely controls the system? How long? I would say it's inevitable, wouldn't you? And then what do? We go Elon Musk and we take the same crap to Mars so we can be, robot pets there. I'm telling you, I don't know if it's Porno for Powers or just Perry Farrell. I don't know, but We'd Make Great Pets. It's a fantastic song. It's truer than ever. I mean, he's talking about the Martians taking over the Earth, but I mean, once the batteries take over, there's really, I guess, will just be a novelty to them, or target practice. One of the two. But AI can't apparently can't take over everything. Thank God. Thank God we have protections in kids' sports. I'm kidding. We don't have protection in kids' sports. Did you see the boy dressed as a girl that is dominating California high school track and field right now?
Here he is. Rupa Valley High School. Amazing. 3 wins today. What was the SMR,
long triple, and then I have high later.
Yeah, I got high jump later. Yeah, I'm a boy, and I'm just gonna go beat up on the girls. 3 great wins today. 3 great wins. Oh, shoot.
Got the high jump. Amazing performances so far. How are you feeling just about how the day went today at the Ontario Relays?
Very excited. I don't know. I did not, after long, I was like, oh, maybe I'm not going to do as good as triple, but I'm glad that I performed.
And how does that feel? You're a boy that's not going to think you're doing that well against the girls. Yeah. How does that feel? These people need to be... This child needs some serious psychological help, period. Some serious emotional help.
Pretty well, and I'm just...
And this reporter, by the way, you're the problem, dude. You are the problem.
Excited.
What do you think really clicked today in the triple jump?
My Y chromosome.
I don't know. I was
Your Y chromosome.
I think I was really nervous. I was so nervous. Like, just jump good, please. After coming off of the big win at
because you literally can't lose to girls. You can't do like, oh, please win. How I'm going to pretend to be a girl and not beat them? Oh.
Yeah, I was like, you can't just go out of nowhere. Like, you have to do good. So I'm just glad that I performed pretty well today.
And then coming off of last year, you had such an amazing season now as a junior.
Yeah, as a boy competing against girls. Can we just stop with this this double speak? Let's just say it. As a boy being such a great season, beating up on girls as a boy. Y chromosome really kicking it in for you.
I believe, like, how are you using all that momentum and just all that energy to try to...
Well, I'm using testosterone, and I'm using a Y chromosome and male genitalia. That's how I'm doing it. That's how
put
I'm
into a great year this year.
I just keep telling myself, you are number one.
You are a man.
And it's yours to lose. So if you lose it, it's
You're a
fine.
man.
But just keep that drive to get it back.
Keep that drive to keep the three girls, by the way, and the three disciplines, track disciplines that she was talking about. The girls, that there was a girl in each one of those that was bumped because this boy wanted to play with the girls. Again, one of the biggest feminists you'll ever know. I was a big #MeToo fan. I am a Title IX junkie. And we have just, I don't want to say we, the left side of this country has quite literally turned their back on female. It's just completely. I don't. You have an entire party that can't define what a female is. It's unreal. I did see that, Rhonda, that there was a dad going, she's a man. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah. It was in the high jump too. It was right after that interview. I don't know how we come back from this, people. I don't know how we come back from this. And we have an administration now that's focused on started a global trade war and finished it and won in under a month. They got a lot of things going on. I don't think this administration is going to take it on. They've sued all these people letting girls play in like boys playing girls sports, but this still happens. This still happens. I don't know if we can legislate or rule our way out of this. I'll say rule. That's fine. Yeah. More meat, heavy diets. Okay. Yes, that's how we do it. 100%. Holy cow! Did we have a lot to chat about today? There is a new book, and I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it was already out. It is by the absolute fraud known as Jake Tapper. And Jake Tapper has a book called Original Sins. He's touting his book on CNN, of course. And it is about the media and political cover-up of Joe Biden's decline, of which he was the one of the kingpins of covering up Joe Biden's decline. Here he is talking about his little book.
This was lying, not only to the press, not only to the public, but they were lying to members of their own cabinet. They were lying.
So these bozos are really trying to get us to believe that the White House lied to Jake Tapper. So Jake Tapper disbelieved everything that he saw with his own eyes and heard with his own ears of this walking just sack of potatoes. And you thought, no, it's fine. The White House said everything's good. White House says everything good. You are a fraud. You are a liar. I hope this book sells 2 copies and you're done.
To White House staffers, they were lying to Democratic members of Congress, to donors about how bad things had gotten. And in fact, Alex and I started writing this book after the election of 2024.
Pay me.
And we spoke with more than 200 people, almost all of whom were Democrats, and almost all of whom wouldn't be honest with us or wouldn't be candid with us until after the election. And then after the election, we found out all of these things that when you looked at what was going on with President Biden at the time, it probably doesn't surprise you the extent to which he was deteriorating. But now we have anecdotes and facts about what was really going on behind the scenes with details that Democrats wouldn't share with us until after Election Day.
That's a lie. 100% lie. One of the reports out was that the Biden staff polled what this would mean if voters would stay behind it, and what it would mean to the election and his second term. They wanted to put him in a wheelchair. They wanted to put him in a wheelchair, as if he had some sort of maybe leg, maybe lost function of his legs or something, but his brain was just fine. They want to put him into it. They thought we were that stupid, that we the people are that dumb, that we would fall for that. No, I mean, Trump derangement syndrome has eaten the brains like an amoeba. Does amoebas eat like a parasite, maybe? Amoeba? Does amoebas eat brains? Or eat things? Is that what an amoeba does? I'm sorry. I'm still on this Lone Star tick thing. I'm just freaked out. Anyway, their brains have been rotted by Trump derangement syndrome, so much to the extent that they would vote for Joe Biden in a wheelchair. I remember Bill Maher saying this. Now, y'all know I love Bill Maher. It is what it is. But Bill Maher said he would rather vote for Joe Biden's head in a jar of blue fluid than vote for Donald Trump. Okay. Because Trump derangement syndrome is that bad. Truly is that bad. That what I absolutely love is the trolling about the third term. That's my favorite thing. God, it's my favorite thing. He's not going for a third term. Dude, he would lose in a landslide. I'm sorry, y'all. He would literally lose in a landslide. America we're not going to do that. We ain't going to play that game. He's trolling. That's all he's doing. He's not even going to run. He's not even considering it. He'll say, lots of people have been telling me that's what they want me to do. No. Yes, Trump said it would be an orange fluid. Greatest orange ever. Greatest color it could be. Cheeto. Yeah. Anyway, here's Joe Biden lying to you. And if you didn't see this, then you're just a sick individual. Here we go.
Mr. President, 2 questions. The first, Florida Senator Marco Rubio described today's jobs report as having fake numbers. What do you make of that?
Okay, can you listen? Can you hear that in the background? Let me turn it up a little bit for you. Can you hear this old bag of potatoes go? Listen to him laugh. Listen.
Marco Rubio described today's jobs report as having fake numbers. What do you make of that? And how worried are you that many Americans are hearing that the jobs numbers aren't real?
Well, look, you need to be very careful here. If you notice,
you had to be careful because he's probably going to say something racist about Marco Rubio. It's the way, God, this man, I forgot how racist and just brain dead he was.
Thing the MAGA Republicans don't like, they call fake.
MAGA Republic.
Anything. The job numbers are what the job numbers are.
They're sincere.
They're real. They're sincere.
Oh, they're sincere.
They're what we are. And by the way, just look at how the EU talks about us, how they like to have an economy like ours. Just talk about the rest of the world looks at us and what we're doing. So
they're too busy slamming their faces into mountains of coke that Zelensky just gave them.
Well, I don't want to get going.
Yeah, I don't. By the way, the Labor Department, because it's under new management, has admitted 800,000 jobs. 800,000 jobs were a lie. Never existed. Never once. Now, I will tell you, if you actually dig into the details of how the jobs report is created, how it is adjusted, and how it is fact-checked, is a system of nonsense. It sucks. I mean, it just doesn't even make sense. It's government. They've governmented the jobs report. Not to say that the Biden administration did not do shady crap, which they did shady crap. Y'all, 800,000 jobs. So every month that they said the job report came out, if it was supposed to be 150, they did 67,000 more. So they said it had 217,000. They lied. They padded it by 67,000 jobs a month. That's a lot. That is a lot. That's what, 1,200 jobs per state? Stop. It's unexcusable, and still nobody's walking for this. Nobody's losing their jobs for this. The Queen isn't rolling around off with their heads. Which we long for, which we all long for. Let's see here. All right. Let's just stick with all the lies, shall we? Just all the lies and BS that we get told. Check us out. Canada's chief public health officer, among dozens who signed oath to conceal COVID info that would embarrass Trudeau and his government. I am not bleeping kidding you. They had to sign NDAs. They had to sign non-disclosure agreements for any piece of information that they had that would make this whole thing, this whole sham, the lockdowns, the truckers, the banks, anything that they knew, they had to lock down. The vaccine injury reports, they had to lock down. In response to growing reports of vaccine-related injuries, Canada launched its Vaccine Injury Support Program in late 2020. The program was created after legal protections were granted to pharmaceutical companies. Did you hear that? They had to start it after protections were granted to the pharmaceutical companies, Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, Novavax, J&J, and Medicago. Don't know what that is. Yeah. Each of these, let's see here. Oh, sorry. I apologize. There we go. Said nearly 30 senior officials signed a confidential oath during the height of COVID-19, pledging not to release information that could, quote, embarrass the Trudeau cabinet, according to internal records. So you couldn't, anything from their foreign affairs, their national defense, their industry, their Ministry of Industry, all of that. The confidentiality agreement emphasized that any unauthorized disclosure of confidential information that may result in embarrassment, criticism, or claims against Canada that may jeopardize Canada's supplier relations and procurement processes. That means their relationship, their money relationship with Pfizer. Yeah, there was every single bit. We cannot forget. We can never, ever, ever forget what the hell they did to us. Never. They lied about 800,000 damn jobs. They lied about the efficacy of a vaccine. They lied about it all. They lied about Joe Biden's decline. As a matter of fact, what's that guy's name? David Plouffe, the Democrat bonehead that brought us Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and the mess that was Kamala Harris. In Jake Tapper's book, going back to that, he said President Joe Biden totally effed us. He said the campaign was a effing nightmare. And he pointed the finger squarely at Joe Biden. He said, it's all Biden. He totally effed us. I love Joe. When it comes to decency, there are a few people in politics like him still. It was a disservice to the country and to the party for his family and advisors to allow him to run again. He stole an election from the Democrat Party. He stole an election from the American people. That is honestly the arrogance, I would say, of the Democrat Party. The blinding arrogance of a party that would think that Joe Biden, even running, would have beat Donald Trump. Not in a million years. No way in hell. No way. Let's see. Yeah, so you can tell they're dying, Rhonda. That's right. Their lips are moving. But I'm blown away that this can still just be swept under the rug and forgotten. And let me see if I have it here. I'm pretty sure I do, and I do. Remember this, Jem? This was my favorite. Here we go.
It means that instead of the vaccine being able, instead of the virus being able to hop from person to person to person to person, spreading and spreading, sickening some of them, but not all of them. And the ones that it doesn't sicken don't know they have it. And then they give it to even more people because they didn't recognize they were, right? Instead of the virus being able to hop from person to person to person, potentially mutating and becoming more virulent and drug resistant along the way.
Remember, they said that no one said this. The Democrat Party during the election say no one claimed that the vaccine could do this.
Now we know that the vaccines work well enough that the virus stops with every vaccinated person.
Does not.
A vaccinated person gets exposed to the virus. The virus does not infect them. The virus cannot then use that person to go anywhere else.
It's my favorite clip.
It cannot use a vaccinated person as a host to go get more people. That means the vaccines will get us to the end of this if we just go fast enough to get the whole population.
Yeah, get the whole population vaccinated. Thank you, Harry Potter's uncle. Damn. Can I give you some good news? Let me double check my little. You want me to Rush Limbaugh? My stack of stuff. Let me check here, and that Lone Star ticket is still one of the tabs that's up on my thing right now. I can't even. You guys, not even kidding. Okay, but I do want to. Can I end on some good news because I got two things I want to end on. And I'm sorry for those that were attending the last program of the Go Show, because I do want to talk about Ren House again. I want to celebrate them real quickly before we wrap up. But I want to give you some funny news. Remember, I've been playing over the past couple of weeks clips from David Hogue, whatever. David Idiot, David Beta Male. And he is the co-chair of the Democrat National Committee. He's a DNC co-chair. That's done by vote. They're kicking him out. DNC panel opens doors to removing David Hogue from his national post. The move, which could affect Hogue and Malcolm Kenyatta, vice chair positions, must be adopted by a full national body before it calls for a new election. They're going to have a new election. They're doing this, of course, to get his little weenie butt out of this position, because he is saying that he wants the DNC to spend, he's going to allocate $20 million to primary Democrats that are in safe blue districts. He's going to primary them with more radical leftist Democrats. Socialists is what it is. So the DNC sees him out on this speaking tour acting like a damn idiot that he is, then saying that he's going to primary safe districts. They allowed someone to complain about the election process, and now they're calling for a new election to get his butt out of there. Do you want to know how they got a new election? What the cry was? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. A female that was basically up for the job said that the DNC made it impossible for a female to get enough votes and only propped up males. Therefore, it goes against the DNC's code of diversity, equity, and inclusion. They're cannibalizing themselves. I mean, just the move to bring him in there was absolutely insane. All right, so the challenge was brought by DNC member Kaylin Free, who argued that the party violated its own rules and made it harder for a woman to be elected vice chair. Her complaint was filed when David Hogg challenged fellow Democrats. The committee voted 13-2 on Monday after 3 hours of discussion to move ahead with a new election. The party's rules state that the DNC governing body should achieve gender parity and get as close to it as possible, is what she argued in her complaint. She said it was impossible for any woman to win the race. Okay, here's her quote. I have always known the Democrat Party is the party of free and fair elections. Yeah, sure. Today, the Credentials Committee of the DNC confirmed that correcting mistakes in process and protecting democracy is more important than saving face. David Hogue's gone. Gone. I mean, fine, cool. Let's go DEI. Let's go DEI. Hell yeah. If it gets David Hogue off the national scene, we don't have to see that bozo anymore. Fantastic. Here's the deal. You guys, I am a outdoorsman. Y'all know this. There's some people that play along in the morning show but are here in the afternoon as well. So I apologize for repeating this. There are states that are moving forward to selling our public lands to developers, to I don't know whoever wants to bid on it. Basically, Vanguard and BlackRock. And it's been a cry that I've been throwing out for a couple of months. It's ramping up because I at first thought, I don't think they could pull this off. Now they're pulling it off. And I just wanted to give a quick little shout out to a local company, Ren House Brewing in Central Phoenix, that is taking some action. And let's see here. So this is a new brew called Rep Protect Public Lands. Okay, it's a hazy IPA. It's in collaboration with the Arizona Wildlife Federation and Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. They say As policy shift and pressures mount, our public lands face unprecedented threats, being sold off, closed down, and stripped of protection. This beer stands in defense of what belongs to all of us. When you say enjoy rep, you're not just drinking a beer, you are taking a stand. There's a QR code on the label. If you enter your information, the website will send you a pre-drafted email for your senators and congressmen urging them to stop the sale of public lands. Dear God, is that awesome. That is just fantastic. So here, Renhouse, great job. I wonder if they have shirts for it. I'll call and ask because I definitely want to get through to them and maybe talk to maybe for the backcountry hunters and anglers. Those guys got merch. Let me tell you that. Those guys are rocking. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for playing along. Let's do it again tomorrow, shall we, on Hump Day, right here on In Other News. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you mañana.